Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Hover from Hover's Jelly. It's been a long time. Yeah. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about something I've been asked quite a few times to talk about, and also I got quite a few private emails asking me stuff about it, so I'm gonna talk about that. And that is about plastic surgery in Korea for aesthetic purposes. So of course I'm not going to talk about plastic surgery for reconstructive, is that the right word, purposes, medical purposes, but for beauty's sake. And of course there is a ton and tons and tons of videos about plastic surgery in Korea, but it's more than Korean people are so blunt, you're just so made into taking the plastic surgery and stuff. So this video, because I haven't gotten any plastic surgery myself, I don't really know what it is like to have had plastic surgery, or so depending on what views you have, it can be either a justifying, like giving excuses, or a criticizing video upon plastic surgery, because I think I'm pretty objective when it comes to that kind of sensitive issue. Now, to start with, I do really have to explain, I'm sorry if my S's or if my words are a little bit funny, I have abscess in my mouth. Anyway, is that I have to explain why has Korean society become like this, and all of that, because I felt that Koreans don't get excuses for being so blunt, like commenting constantly, oh, you're so fat, you need to lose some weight, or you look prettier if you get some crease in your eyes, stuff like that. People do comment stuff like that, seriously. Now, since a long time ago, since medieval ages, 7th century CE, I think, Common Era, or AD, there has been this idea of homogeneity in Korea, which means that Koreans all have the same race, which is not true, but it was sort of like a political mechanism or trick. It's a useful one too, to get people in the country, sort of get that we need to save the country and get all those enemies out of the peninsula, whatever. So it was a really useful trick to say we come from the same forefather, which is Tangun, and therefore we are family, and we need to keep our family or our home from the foreigners or the enemies. So that's where this idea of one race people came from, and since it's been so useful, it's been handed down, and then come the Japanese colonization, it was once again a very good motivation to for people to try and free Korea from that horrible era of violence and rape and all of that. So since it's how many thousand, couple thousand years of we are family thing has been going on, and also because people are saying we are one race, we are supposed to be the same, I feel like the Korean society has begun to lack creativity, and also since around that time we also start having this 과거제, which means you write an exam, national exam, and you become a public servant and even a bigger magistrate or whatever. So if you work hard, you had an opportunity to go up the social classes. So that's when people became one family, but also very competitive, because they had to compete within the family. So, and this competition even exists within the real biological family or relatives. So Korea now, although Korea is still trying to westernize with all these modern ideas, people are still battling to, you know, get over this idea of one race homogeneity in Korea, because it's been there for 2,000 years, for God's sakes. So on one side, I feel like Koreans are so slow when it comes to the global level of mentality, but I'm sure it's not just Koreans, seriously. But at the same time, it's been such a long time since, you know, this kind of mentality has been just engraved in the society. Just like 100 years, or even like less than 100 years of modernization isn't really going to change it. It's just this change is slowly going on. I feel like some people are just too, like, because I'm still like, I still do have a Korean standard, although I am against this whole weird family thing. I do feel that some people are a little bit too individualist, but at the same time, so it's like everybody's different. I'm just talking about this general flow of this Korean mentality that is slowly washing away, but it's not going away anytime soon, because our parents are going to stay there for, hopefully, for a few more decades. And even people our age, there are still blunt people, because, you know, it's like a family handed down sort of thing, this mentality thing. So this change is going to take ages. So this blunt, oh, you need to lose weight thing, that's where it comes from. Now, the similar way of rationalizing or justifying this bluntness is this thing called 정, like affection. Like, I'm telling you to lose weight because I care. And in some ways I understand that, because there are some friends that I feel like I want to tell this to this person. And why is that? Is because of this whole competitive society that is judging people so much. It's bringing down like a lot of these people, you know, who are not up to a certain standard when it comes to aesthetics. Their, you know, like confidence and, you know, self-love and all of that. And sometimes I feel like maybe if they get a surgery or lose weight or do something about their face, their skin rather, maybe they'll be more confident and maybe that'll lead to success. Now, that is not the answer to this terrible social thing of judgment going on, but it's a short-term answer. Like, I had a serious self-confidence issue because of my skin and also because I was obese or overweight. But I have first overcome my skin issues, although I still have, you know, like sensitive skin. I stress about it. I feel that at least when I go out there are not people who tell me that I should go see a dermatologist because my skin is terrible, which is what I did get when I was in high school. Or I feel heavy and I feel fat, and when I walk around I feel like everybody's looking at me funny. Then I worked out and then I try to eat clean, and then I feel more confident. So it's a short-term like answer, especially a personal solution, I guess. But you know, it's just this social thing. Like, if you need to get a job, because everybody needs to get a job, you'll sit in the interview and you will see this girl who is pretty, who has a double crease, a nice nose, and a pretty, you know, slim chin, whatever, and she'll just sit there with this big smile, big confident smile, and she will go through the job interview like in a breeze. And somebody who's not like that and has low self-confidence will just sit there, oh my gosh, she's gonna pass and I'm gonna fail, and she's going to just mumble through the interview and she's gonna fail it. So what I think is not that plastic surgery is bad, because it is a pretty time and cost-effective way of boosting your self-confidence if you don't have time to, you know, lose weight. And sometimes, you know, getting a crease and stuff, like, there's no way you can work to get a crease unless you get a surgery. And let me just like explain to you why Korean people prefer having creases in their eyes. Not because they want to look like white people. It's just that when you don't have a crease, when you have monolid, most of people, not everyone, but most of the people have this kind of lid that sits like this, and what it does is that it makes you look sleepy and it makes you look clumsy. This is what Korean people are saying. And of course it looks like your eyes are like half open or half closed, whatever. So when the interviewers look at your eyes, they will sort of feel like that person may not be so smart or clever, or maybe they won't be so good when, you know, dealing with stressful situations, because they sort of seem, you know, dull and like they don't have interest in anything. Whereas when you have like a white set eyes and maybe with a crease, because it makes your eyes look a little bit more wide open, makes you look awake, a little bit more confident, and also trustworthy because you look smart and clever. So a lot of people, especially people who are trying to get a job, get this plastic surgery not because they want to get crease for beauty's sake, but a lot of people, although they don't really want to, they feel like they have to if they want to get a job. So we have the interviewers to, you know, to blame. And a lot of that also comes from this idea of 관상, this face reading, like palm reading. There's this thing called face reading. If you have big eyes and a big nose, your face is ideal. And like if you have like a round forehead, you know, you're clever. I don't really know, but you know, there's this 관상 thing, which is also a very Korean thing, very, very deep rooted since like ages ago. So I feel like this plastic surgery thing isn't going to end unless the whole society changes. But since people need to, you know, get a job now, get loved now, they feel like they need to follow the trend, otherwise they're gonna fall behind, otherwise they're gonna have people like tell them, oh, you're fat, you don't have good eyes, you don't have a nice face structure, whatever. And that just brings down their self-confidence even more and more and more. And you know, they get depressed, and then what do? They get their cash around and then they go and get the surgery done. So it's a really tragic thing. And when it comes to doing it just for their own beauty's sake, I feel like if they want to do it to boost their self-confidence, if they feel like if they just have the crease, or if they have just a nice nose bridge, whatever, maybe I'll be more happy, and then they get that done. I feel like that's your choice. Good for you. Like, not I don't care, but I would support you if that is the way to boost your self-confidence and self-love. But you know, if people go overboard and go all plastic and like, you know, they have like this, because they want to get so many things done but they don't have enough money, so they get it like at like some cheap place, and then like they end up having like sausage like creases that just look so plastic and not pretty at all. And then, you know, they have this nose that is just so fake. If you trip on it, you're gonna, you know, it's gonna pop if it looks like that. Like, I'm just like, do they love their face when it's like that? if they do, good for them. Then sorry if I bothered you, but you know what I'm saying. Sometimes it just goes overboard. That's when I would start criticizing and not really liking the idea or the notion of plastic surgery for aesthetic purposes. So yeah, did I talk enough about it? I talked about homogeneity, the social pressure, and also the whole kwansang thing for job interviews. And yeah, but I must agree, Korean people are so blunt. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm becoming blunt too, having lived in Korea for like 4 years. But I try not to. I try to not say anything if it's not good. Although, I'm not gonna go there, but yeah, you know. So yeah, so before I wrap up, because I have such an objective view and I don't really care about plastic surgery, like for my sake as well, there is no way I'm gonna know which plastic surgeon does best plastic surgery for which area and whatever. So please don't ask me to like tell you which is the best hospital or the best surgeon to go to. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't plan on having plastic surgery in anytime soon. I mean, I do wish like I could do a couple of tweaks in my face, but it's not for now. Yeah. Anyway, so that was it for my honest and sincere opinion on the plastic surgery in Korea. If you have any more questions on the issue, either comment below, I'll try and answer, or tweet me at hoverable. And I also have Instagram where I post a lot of my food stuff and also my cats. And yeah, follow me there, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye, thanks for listening.